time. Selfish by nature, and it waits for no one. But tonight, dear listener, we at Penance RPG bring you another tale from the minds of Nikolai Popsky and Artie McNeil. A tale of a village with a hidden secret and a party of heroes racing against the clock. So as we wind up the timer, we bid thee stay a while, for this is one of many variations of our 2019 Halloween story.
Welcome to the second test group for the Penance RPG Halloween Special 2019. Yet again, as with the first test group, I have not managed to finalise the introduction, so it will be a little bit vague compared to the rest of the episode, but the rest of the episode is written. This group is more likely to break test the game than anything else, but before that, let us get into who's actually here tonight. It is the cast of Abyss. So, if you can all introduce yourselves and say who you're playing, starting from the top, which I think is Shiraz.
I'm Shiraz, and I'm playing another rogue called Alanzi, and I'm going to try and do a French accent, but I'm going to fail miserably.
Okay, you're going to tell us a bit more about him?
He's a thiefling, and he's a proper thief, like he's a career criminal. Except he never started out that way. He has a very unusual family in which he had 2 dads, 3 mothers, 5 brothers, and 4 sisters. He has an unusual fear of the number 8 for some reason. And he doesn't like taking tests very much, and he was very afraid during his homeschooling when he used to get tests. On the other hand, he spent most of his time learning how to lockpick and get out of his family house, so that's how he acquired his skills, and now he's with this illustrious bunch of people off to do strange and mysterious things.
Okay. Next we have Tono.
Hi, I'm Torno, and I will be playing Ali, who is technically another human fighter, but I guess I'll just do the same thing as Shiraz did. She fears being alone, and the heart as in the specific organ in the body. There might be a story there as to why she specifically fears those things, but she was raised in a convent of some unspecified nature deity, given that I don't know Nikolai's pantheon by heart. And she has since then taken contract work at an adventurers guild specializing in tracking and capturing. And yeah, she's now seen the current job posting and has been sent out with the group.
Okay. Next we have Dragon.
Hello, I'm Dragon, and tonight I am going to be playing an Arakoa named Brightwing. She is a fighter, most closely resembles the common kingfisher. So she's very carefully selected her clothes to match in with her natural colouring. So she has beautiful iridescent blue wings and back, and the rest of her appears kind of orangey brown, and she has a very long and sharp beak. Her chosen weapons are a sword for melee and a sling for ranged attacks, because it's a lot easier than trying to adapt a blowpipe to work with her beak. Her fears are demons, because they're demons, that seems reasonable, but also agoraphobia, so big wide open spaces, because kingfisher folk live on like riverbank, so they're only used to like the width of the river as being like the big open space. And they're used to having bushes and trees and things around them. So when she has to cross through plains and things, she tends to try to be in the middle of a group and not look around too much.
Fair enough. And finally for this episode, Susie.
Hi, I'm Ssecond, and tonight I will be playing Moonshadow by Danzig. And she's from a very noble line, but she's from a great warrior tribe. And she is from a very fine bloodline. I wouldn't say she's a princess, but she'll perhaps act a bit like one. And her whole family's deal is just sort of hunting and traveling, and they're very nomadic as a race, as a family as well. Yep, she is out gaining herself some worldly experience so that she can return to her tribe wiser and better than she was when she left. And her fears are water, because river crossings are fucking dangerous, and the great howl that brings the sweeping doom of terror.
Fair enough. I'm assuming that you're keeping the other part a secret for now, so that's fine. So, all of you have gathered together outside this tavern because you are responding to this simple request for work by a guild. They seem to be looking for one of their own that seems to have stopped communicating. As you're all waiting around, some of you on horseback, some of you not, this quite obvious finery gentleman approaches you, and he introduces himself as Christoph Raducan, and he says that one of his best beast hunters, called Wilfred Barsh, has gone missing. He has not responded to any letters they've sent him. He left about a month ago to travel down to the small village of Dorohirsk, and in the last 2 weeks he just seems to have gone totally AWOL and they haven't heard anything from him. He wants to just basically pay you to travel down and just find out if, the fates have finally come for him, or whether he's still there and there's just been a problem. What are your questions?
So how much is he paying us?
He says he will pay you 300 gold each, which will cover the trip down to Dorohirsk and back again, which should only take you at most a couple of days.
Why was Wilfred down there?
He took the job originally because the job of beast hunter, vampire hunter, that kind of thing is very quiet in the midsummer. There's not many people that actually need a vampire hunter when it's blistering sunshine outside. And this village claimed a vampire had moved in 6 months ago, and every basically couple of weeks this village would send another letter saying that they've got a horrible vampire threat that needs dealt with.
What's the weather?
The weather's currently sort of your standard autumn weather, a bit blustery, kind of sunny, but not too bad.
Here goes the French accent. Can I see some of these letters, please?
Not too bad.
I mean, the villagers, they sent letters, yes? We see some of them, yep.
He just sort of shrugs and looks around his pockets, but doesn't seem to have any on him. He just tells you that most of the time they just sort of said, there's a vampire, it's struck again, there's like dead animals found nearby that have been sanguinated, we've definitely got a vampire.
I look at the others and I say, you think villagers would know the meaning of the word sanguinate?
Well, surely not if they said sanguinate instead of exsanguinate.
Could I use my linguistic skill to see how widespread certain words are?
Can if you want. You ask Christoph about it, he just tells you that it was written by a council member. So, you might have had a better education than some of the people on the street.
While this conversation is going on, it's been a little bit blustery, so your companion friend, who I'll describe now, will have been dancing around on all four of her feet and swishing her tail and just a little bit worriedly glancing around over her shoulders every time there was a significant gust. And she's just going to turn to the group and look at you all and be like, what does exsanguinated mean?
Interesting.
And she's like dancing back and forth on her feet, like clip, 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 clip.
Is she dancing?
It means that all the blood has been removed.
Oh, that's not very good, is it? Oh dear, that's not good. And her tail's
No.
going to swish.
No, it's not.
Whoever standing next to her has probably been hit by a tail.
Without taking my eyes off our companion here, pick up a stick
Yes.
off the
Yep.
ground. I will move the stick back and forth and see her reaction to it.
Just kind of looking at you. Are you like waving it in her face?
Kind of, like just moving it to see if she's following it.
Can I roll to grab it out of his hand?
Sure.
I throw the stick.
Okay, can I roll to punch him?
Yep, sure. You may want to
Okay, so
explain
that'd be
why, but yes, go ahead.
You did say we would break this, so
That's
say we're
fine,
off to
yeah,
a good
fine.
start.
You swing
Yeah.
and you manage to crack the tiefling in the jaw. The tiefling spins round and falls over, holding his jaw.
That was
Just
uncalled for.
Just been punched in the face by a centaur.
Okay, I just look at it. Yeah, I deserve that. Picks up.
How rude. She paws the ground with her front hoof.
I think Brightwing will be ruffling her feathers and like, I am unsure about these people.
So, Mr. Christoph, yes.
Yes.
So, you said this man has been gone for 2 months now?
He left a month ago,
He left a month ago.
and it's very
And you
unlike
have-
him to not finish a job relatively quickly.
So you want us to go there and find out if he...
Yeah, basically
Still
one of the
around.
best hunters we have, so we want you to basically go down to this village and find out, if he's alright, and if he is alright, why he's not responded to any letters.
Well, I'm sure we can do that.
So 300 gold pieces, yes, sure.
And what sort of landscape is this village in?
Landscape?
I think she
Yes.
means the surroundings, like,
Oh,
the
right.
mountains or he...
The village is at a foot of a massive castle, which used to be used by the royal family. However, they all passed away, if you remember, a couple of decades ago. The last one dying of plague. So the castle's
Yes,
been
I
kind of unused
heard.
so the last few years, but there's still a village under it. However, the village is mostly now used as a hub for a turnip farm.
Oh, so it is farming country.
Yep.
I see. Oh well, needs must.
So, can we have some horses? And I don't look at the centaur.
The centaur kind of shoots you a look. How do we know it's a vampire? What do we do if there is a vampire?
Well, don't worry.
We kill it.
Wilfred will have killed it by now if it's a vampire. He's very reliable.
Yes, but what if he hasn't? What if he has been sanguinate?
Well, if he's been sanguinated, then use your initiative.
I mean, I've never met a vampire. I don't know how to tell what a vampire looks.
Oh, very evil, very evil.
Just evil?
Evil incarnate, some would say.
Do they
So about-
have a hat?
They don't like the sun, so maybe they'd be wearing a hat.
Just sort of looks around the party suspiciously to see if anyone's wearing a hat.
Alan is fidgeting with his hair, trying to get his bangs in front of his horns.
That's
what
fine.
about
Goats also have horns. Goats aren't, this is what she's thinking. Goats also have horns. Goats are just nasty, they're not evil.
So, about those horses, yes, we need to get there fast, no?
Yes, we'll pay for your transport down there.
Good.
Excellent.
You're paying.
Do I get extra money since I don't need transport?
You don't want a horse?
She kind of just
I break out
Pause a
into
bit.
laughter. I'm just doubled over, slapping my knees, roaring laughter.
Is he anywhere near me?
No, you
he just sort of
punched me
glancing
away.
at you at the side of his eye, and he's just obviously not really paying attention to the fact that you're a centaur.
I'm gonna move my bum around a bit and then whack him in the face with my tail. I was just shifting away. There's flies annoying.
This centaur seems to be exceptionally violent.
Well, the last one I deserved it. I have an odd sense of humor. Also, my accent's all over the place, so I apologize.
Going a little bit Eastern European.
Yes, very. I'm going to shift into England soon, so I get my horse.
So you all get basically sorted with horses. Is there any other questions you have for him before you leave?
Yes, can we have some wooden sticks? Just as a quick question.
Yeah, sure. He gives you a wooden stick.
No, sticks,
so-
you know.
He sort of
We can
like
sharpen them,
snaps
it's
the stick
fine.
in half. There's a more blunt, sharp end, and hands it back to you.
I roll my eyes and I look at everyone else and shake my head. But I do have
Can-
sticks.
Can you tell us, is it true that vampires have issues with silver?
Oh, they have issues with a lot of things.
Yes, but is that one of them?
Well, vampires is vampires, so you basically, if you cut the head off them, they'll still be alive, but they can't really use their body, if you know what I mean.
And then we put them in the sun.
That works very well.
There we are.
Okay.
Problem solved. Who wants to race?
I shall not race. I shall not race.
I am perching very precariously on top of a horse because I'm an Arakoa. I am not built for horses. You know, I might just fly down. That might be easier.
I claim the horse money.
I was going to offer to carry you if you would like, bird friend.
What?
My name's Shats.
I is Brightwing.
Nice to meet you, Brightwing.
I guess Arlie will get her own horse, and since Brightwing is leaving one behind, Arlie will claim that one as well to have a reserve horse to switch to when the current one gets tired.
Fair enough.
You mean when I run you all?
Knock yourself out.
So you journey your way down. About half a day later, we're just getting into sort of early evening, you all meet back up again at the stables of this very small town in the shadow of this massive castle. Now, at this point I will explain that there are 6 locations that you can go to, usually. There's the castle itself, there is the blacksmith / stables that you're at right now, there is the town hall, there is the inn, there is the town square, and there is the graveyard.
Okay.
Now, you've just arrived. Your options available to you are the castle, the blacksmith stables, the town hall, and the inn. Where would you like to go first?
What time of day is it again?
It's about early evening, so think about 6 o'clock at night.
And we've been sort of travelling all day.
Yep.
I say we go to the inn.
Yeah, what's the sort of accommodations like? As far as Shads is concerned, how accommodating is this general area to centaurs? Like, would she be allowed into it?
You could probably go into the inn, they might give you some weird looks, but you can try it, I guess. Though the stables do look pretty comfy.
But the stables don't have beer and wine.
This is very true, they don't.
They just have other horses and hay.
What happens when centaur gets drunk? Do they frolic?
Why don't you buy me a drink, Alan, and find out?
I will make this experiment, yes, of course. Yes. So, to the inn, yes? I look around. Arlie? Brightwing?
I don't know. It depends if anyone has left at the town hall or not. But, the tavern would work. We could see what people are saying. I don't want to hunt vampires overnight.
Presumably as well, the guy we're looking for would have maybe stayed in the...
Possibly, yes, but also staying in a place with more people is advantageous in case a vampire comes a hunt. For now. Just to get our bearings.
Yeah. But I do want to go to the blacksmiths at some point. They might be able to silver some weapons.
I can get new shoes!
You could.
What's wrong with your old shoes?
They get worn out because I go so fast everywhere. Duh.
I just, wear regular shoes that don't need iron. And I walk over to the
wear
tavern.
shoes?
I was gonna say, what kind of tiefling are you? Do you have the cloven feet or the people feet?
I have people feet. And I show them my people feet. It's like,
Oh. Ah.
Alright, I see. People feet.
yes. Only my second mother has hoofs.
Brightwing lifts up her large 3-toed foot. Like, you have many toes.
Yes.
What kind of feet do you have, Arlie?
We all look at Arlie at the same time.
I have human feet, thank you very much. 5 toes.
Ah, same as me. Very good.
They also look like worms.
Please don't eat them.
So you're going to the inn then, yes?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I assume we drop the horses off at the
You
livery.
drop the horses off at the stables and then you head over towards the inn. As you enter, there is a medium-height woman, quite large, quite buxom, standing behind the bar. She looks in about her early 40s, but she looks like she's got that sort of like rough life look about her that she could easily be a bit younger. She seems to sort of smile at you in that sort of country charm way.
Like you're welcome, but not really welcome.
Kind of more the sort of like, oh, hello there.
Oh, okay.
So as you walk in,
is there-
there is just you and one other person. There's a man sitting on his own at a table. He seems to be counting gold onto a pile.
I am very distracted by the gold.
Okay.
How
Looking
much
around
gold?
at all the shiny.
How much gold would you say he has? Like a decent
seems to be
pile, or
quite-
like?
It seems to be a fair pile of gold. He seems to be
And
like
he's just
pulling out small bags out of every pocket and counting how much is each of them into one big massive pile.
I walk up to the bar, and
Hello there, how can I help you tonight?
oh, hello. We are travelers. We come from far away. How much is boarding and drinks and food?
Oh, only a couple of gold each, that's fine. How long you staying for?
We don't know yet, but we're looking for someone.
Oh, everyone's
Perhaps-
looking for someone.
Uh,
Are you looking for a little bit of entertainment, is that it?
no, but my four-legged friend over there might be interested.
Oh, been a while since we had one of those kind in here.
Oh, they can stay in here, can't they? Or
As
do they
long
have
as
to
she
stay-
don't get drunk and break the furniture.
I was going to ask, how easy is it for me to be moving around?
The furniture's spaced out well enough, it's not too bad. But you could see yourself easily like falling through a table if you get drunk.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, I'm like negotiating myself around tables in a very ridiculous way to try and get.
At this point, you hear the man stop counting and he looks at the pile of gold in front of him, sighs and says, "Yep, I've got enough." "Oh, excuse me a minute, please." And the barmaid walks over and goes, "Right, let me just check this is right. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 200. That's lovely. Right, 1 second. She sweeps it all into a bag, ties the bag up and goes, "Brumilda!" And this massive woman, like easily 7 foot tall, trudges down the stairs wearing a very bizarre looking kind of working girl, kind of maid, kind of like lumberjack outfit. And she looks at the barmaid points at the man and goes, "That one there, he's just paid us." Walks over, picks him up over her shoulder and walks back up the stairs and he's going, "This better be worth it." And as he disappears from view, the barmaid walks to the front, seems to put the 200 gold in a small pile behind the bar, and she goes, "Sorry about that. No, how can I be helping you?"
Can I make a note of where she puts the money?
She seems to put the money into a safe behind the bar.
Oh, okay. Does she like close it and kind of
Yep.
turn the? Oh, okay. Oh yes, some drinks, please. What's everyone having?
Wine!
Wine.
"Oh, I know your type. You're gonna be wanting this wine." And she gets a sort of slightly dusty bottle and puts it on the table in front of you. When you sniff it, it smells very strongly of berries.
Oh, yes, please, lovely. Yes, this. Is it corked?
She's uncorked it for you.
She's just going to take the bottle and start drinking out the bottle.
Fair enough then.
Were you guys drinking?
I don't know. I don't
Do you
usually drink
drink?
alcohol.
Do you want to try
One
some of
beer.
this wine?
Yes, but
I will try.
Open up!
Only a little. I don't want it on my feathers.
Stick your head out! And I'm going to try pouring some wine.
Roll to try and delicately pour some wine into Brightwing's mouth.
oh, this is gonna be fun. 2 beers for me and the lady over there. Yes.
Managed to splosh it a little bit on her face. Most of it goes in her mouth, but some of it goes all around it.
How much of it is waterboarding with wine?
I'm going to take a hearty swig and just like act like that's totally fine. So, what do you think? Do you want a ball?
I think that means
Riskily
yes.
use my feathers to try and clean my beak and round my eyes and be like, It tastes okay, but I think you enjoy it more. And back off quickly.
Okay.
Shad is unoffended by this and just happily drinks her wine.
Who's the
Starts
gentleman?
like just being nosy about the place, just looking around.
Who's the gentleman who just went up the stairs?
Oh, that's Elwin.
Elvin, you say?
He's just a local
Elwin.
farmer. Don't know where he got that money from, mind, but it's not for me to question. That's Brumilda's business.
Awfully quiet around here.
Well, you know, it's that kind of off-season. You don't really get much here till the end of year, especially with that bloody vampire.
Ah.
Vampire?
Yeah, the bloody
you tell us
vampire. He
about
lives in that here castle.
Oh,
It's just,
but in
So he-
summer?
Aye, we moved here about 6 months ago. I went up one day and offered him a nice bit of steak and he told me to go away.
So
Then
you
he was
seen
found
the
doing
vampire?
that thing with that horse. Nasty bit of work, that.
What thing with a horse?
Oh, best you not be told about that. Just know it was not a nice thing.
I wink at her and say sanguination.
Oh, aye, that kind of thing as well.
Oh,
Oh,
it was more than sanguination?
Oh, he's got a
Takes
little bit
another
on his
big
mind.
swig
He's a
of her
little
wine.
bit too crimson, if you know what I mean.
I'd
Why, he's
rather
got
not.
them buckets up there he keeps taking with him everywhere.
So he's quite a regular around this, but he comes down.
Oh
a
no,
lot,
he keeps himself to himself. We haven't seen him for weeks. That's why we had to talk into getting someone in. Creatures ending
Oh,
up
I see.
everywhere, sanguinated with their blood off them. Only thing we can think of is that bloody vampire.
So did any people also suffer as a fate similar to the horse?
A few people have said they've attacked them, but we don't really know for sure. It was them drunks.
And this
Yeah.
vampire lives in the castle?
Oh aye, he lives in that castle there, aye.
And there was another man sent before us to see about this. What
Oh
happened to
aye,
him?
that Bill fella. Nasty bit of work.
Perhaps.
Nasty bit of work.
What happened?
Not a nice man. He thought he was getting to stay here for free, and I'm like, I can't be giving you bed and board for free. And he's like, the council are paying for it. I'm like, the council are bloody not paying for it. Last time the council paid for anything in here, I had to pay it myself.
So they didn't really pay for anything.
Well, they gave him money apparently, but he didn't want to spend any of it in here. And now sleeps out in some field.
No, so he's still around, yeah?
Oh aye, he hits in that tree out in the graveyard, watching the castle, being angry at anybody that tries to help him.
Okay, okay.
graveyard.
Then we must go to him.
Yes.
Really want to
Yeah,
go
you should
to him?
finish
He's a
it.
very grumpy man.
You should finish your wine first. Not
I
good
should
for
finish my wine first. This is
Yeah.
entirely true. And she's going to
Right,
take like a
like-
big long swig.
Brightwing chatters her beak slightly, like, it's getting dark. Why look for vampire at dark when we don't have vampire weapons?
No, but we are here for the vampire hunter, and he is the man who is in the tree.
Yeah.
Right?
As far as I know, we do not have to kill any vampires. We just need to find this man and see what he knows and why he isn't writing to his mother. She's very worried. I take a swig of my beer.
Alright, well, the barmaid sort of sets you up with rooms for whenever you want them, so you can just retire to the inn whenever you feel like.
You said something about the drunks who were saying they
Oh,
were
aye, there are
attacked
many
by the
drunks around
vampire.
here. There's not much to do in turnip farming season.
Right. Could you
You know,
point
when they're
us
in the ground and they're growing, as long as the crows keep away, there ain't much to do but drink and the other thing we don't talk about.
What?
Never you
What
mind.
We
was
don't
the-
talk about it?
Never
I
you
mean,
mind.
you said it now. You might as well tell us.
Oh no, I don't talk about such things. I'm past that era of my youth.
Is
I
it
don't agree
about
with what
the
Brumilda
horses?
does up there. I mean, in my day, he used to go up and down in 5 minutes. You know, quaff an ale after you were done, but she takes an hour. I mean, what kind of fella lasts an hour? That's just ridiculous.
Very interesting.
Maybe the hour is for her benefit, not his.
Oh, but she's with that the same with all of them. Even she can have many people a night. Oof. What kind of woman's got that stamina?
She
What does
has
Broomhilda do?
Oh,
Yes,
I don't be
impeccable.
knowing that. All I know is every man and woman that come out and seeing her has got a shocked expression on their face like they've seen the Lord.
And that's
they
why it's so
return?
expensive.
Well, she won't budge on the price, you see. When she first moved here, we asked her if she'd be up for being a working girl. And she sort of grunted, and then wrote down 200, and we not been able to budge her to less. We don't know what she does up there. She just takes the men up and they come out with this look of just shock and awe on their face.
Is it only men?
No, she takes women as well. I'm going Irish now, it's a big fucking problem. Fuck.
Okay, I think
You've had a few
think-
drinks yourself, haven't you, barkeep?
She sort of idly looks you, puts her hand behind her ear and pulls out a hip flask and just swigs it, slides it back where it came from. But I don't know what you're talking about.
So when's this Rohinda come to the village? Yes, when did she arrive?
Oh, she's been here a long
You said-
time now. At least several years.
But so you only moved here like 6 months ago.
Oh, no. I was here since me boy was young. He used to run this place. Well, say he used to run this place. He bought this place from the previous owner, who left it in a will.
I take another swig of beer and I'm like, so about these drunks, the ones that said that they were attacked, where is they?
Oh, many of them probably just ran into their wives, shall we say. And wanted a reason to not feel less manly in front of the boys.
You think they are lying?
I mean, if you seen Miss Jenkins' right hook, Jesus, that would floor her.
I do not know this Miss Jenkins, but I take your word for it. Well, it seems like the vampire is not much of a problem for you. It doesn't attack
Well, it's not night for tourism, if you know what I mean. I mean, we don't get much now since the castle's no longer used for the royal visits and all. There ain't much here but turnip farming and turnip sales. Well, and cress, of course.
Well, thank you for all your help. I will go see that, and I will find the pig and wait for everyone to disengage.
Okay.
Shads is going to buy another bottle of wine
Okay.
because she's probably finished the first, and then she is going to try and join Alanzi at the table. So that might be horse getting into. She might be getting into an interesting position to be part of the table.
Can you sit on the chair? No? Should I move it?
Yes, please.
I move the chair.
She sort of just stands there.
So, while this is going on, what are Brightwing and Arlie doing?
Brightwing wants some water to wash her face.
Okay.
There's sticky wine all over it. And it smells really strongly of berries, and to be honest, berries are not really what a kingfisher likes.
True.
But it's splashing her feathers into water and then cleaning herself.
Okay.
Arlie has just sort of been hanging back and is not getting her drinks at all, just processing the information.
Okay.
I did all the other earlier beer. It's just sitting on the bar.
So, as the time sort of ticks by, your second time location, which is about between maybe about 10 at night and 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning. You can go to the castle, you can stay in the inn, as you see 1 or 2 people coming in. You can go to the graveyard and see if you see anyone there. Where would you like to go?
Shads is going to strongly suggest they go to the graveyard. Because it's not that far, is it really?
Arlie will grunt her assent to that.
Well, we have to find Wilfred, so might as well go. Yes.
Graveyard is where the hunter should be, but he sounds very unpleasant.
Yes, but he will be unpleasant no matter what time of day we deal with.
True. And also, graveyard should have trees. That's good.
Yes, I think he lives in a tree.
Strange place to live.
I
yes.
approve.
No,
It means no one can sneak up on you.
To the graveyard then, friends. And she's gonna she's had 2 bottles of wine at this point, so she's gonna
Charge out the door.
get near enough.
See, as we are walking towards the graveyard, we can see the graveyard.
Presumably if we look up.
Wonder if there are any lights on.
Who has good eyes at night?
I do. I'm a tiefling.
Aha. You are best placed to answer. My eyes are designed for daylight and fishing. Fish would be nice.
So, So we were wondering if there are any lights on in the castle while we're walking towards the graveyard.
There are no obvious signs of light coming from the castle.
Can I roll awareness to see if there's any kind of, like, faint signs of light?
Yeah, sure. There's a very, very faint light coming from round the front door, but it's very, very faint.
I point this out to the group. There is definitely someone in the castle.
Interesting. How dark is it just now?
Relatively dark. There's not much light at night. There's a couple of like torches outside the inn. Seems to be burning quite brightly, but apart from that, there's not really much.
So if I was to fly up slightly, I wouldn't be able to get like a mental map of the village. Or could I?
No, it's a bit too dark for that.
In the morning, I will have a
So-
look in daylight, see where everything is.
Yes, that is a good idea. I think we should be very quiet going up to the graveyard because Wilfred might be a bit jumpy. Don't want to get a crossbow in the middle of my eye.
As you arrive in the graveyard, very, very quiet, almost eerily quiet, and you notice a quite large-looking figure sitting in the tree. He looks like he's staring down the sights of a crossbow and not moving, and the crossbow seems like it's pointed towards the castle door.
Is the quietness actually unnatural?
It just feels very, very quiet. It just feels like something's always about to happen.
But it's not that there's nothing living, like there isn't any wildlife or anything.
No, there's still wildlife and stuff about, but it's very, very
It's
quiet.
tense.
Quieter than you're used to, especially even how quiet the village is. It's even quieter here.
Shads is going to trot up to him.
No, wait.
Careful!
She stops, looks around.
Yep. There might be traps.
She's going to look around the path for traps.
Can I also look? Do I use dungeoneering to look for traps, or do I use tinkering traps? Or awareness?
Perhaps it would be find them. It would be engineering. To do anything with them would be tinkering.
I would like to roll to find traps, so I'll roll dungeoneering.
Okay. There are no traps.
Alright. Well, maybe false alarm. I don't think there are any traps. But be careful walking up to him. He seems very intense.
She continues to trot on up to him.
Okay. What are you gonna do?
Hello, friend. Hello.
In Himmel, you people, leave me alone. I'm trying to kill your vampire.
Well, you're not doing a very good job, are you?
Every time you distract me, I miss another shot. Now, for the last time, leave me alone.
We were sent by, sort of turns and looks over her shoulder at the rest of the party. Like, who are you sent?
Christoph.
Your guild is concerned about you.
I am
You
fine.
haven't.
I just haven't been
Well, they
living in
sent
the
us.
inn because that bitch of a woman wants to charge me.
We were sent
I
to
see.
help you out.
Do you know how much this village costs to live in? I've been here
Couple
nearly
of
a
gold?
month, just to kill one scrawny wretch.
That is why the guild was concerned, because you are too good at your job to take so long.
But if you villagers will stop talking to me all the time, I can kill it faster.
We're not villagers.
Huh?
We were sent by the guild to help you out. Why is it taking you so long, Mr. Strong Hunter person?
But every time these villagers come up to me, it's distracting. They choose their moments. They seem to watch where my target comes out and choose that moment to happily talk to me about the day. And every time they put me off my shot, miss him by inches, and he hides again for the rest of the day.
Which villagers talk to you?
All of them. Don't get
Oh.
a moment's peace.
Do they
Think
come
being
by
surrounded
during
by
the
dead
day?
would be quiet, but it's not.
Do they come around during the day as well?
They come round at all hours. I had one yesterday wanted to know if I wanted a sandwich. A bloody sandwich. I haven't
Did you
taken
have
food
the
from them in
sandwich?
weeks and they still think I need fed.
Why haven't you just
What?
gone into the castle and gotten the vamp?
That's a reinforced door.
Oh, I can go kick it in for you if you like in the morning.
I thought about that. Heavily reinforced where I think he's got 8 or 9 bolts on the inside.
We could always climb up the window, go inside, opens the door for you from the inside.
Now the windows have
You
bars
have-
on them.
Well, I can enough time I can spend filing them away. Have you seen the vampire?
I see my target every day.
Okay,
Pokes
where do
his
you
little
want?
ferret head out of there. And every time
Where does-
one of those bastard villagers says something.
Can I like pinpoint where he's aiming for?
He's aiming for the castle door.
Like, but the door is like shut, so
Yep.
he's just waiting for this thing to pop its head out. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if we stop the villagers from like coming to you, do you think you'd be able to take the shot?
You go try and stop them. It's like trying to stop water.
We could guard the graveyard perimeter, stop them getting in.
Maybe.
So you've been here for what, a month?
Yes. Month away from my own bed.
What other things have you seen around the town? I mean, I'm sure these villagers are talking to you all the time. You
No,
know
they're
more
just
about
inane
what's up.
drivel every day.
Alright.
That and they can't remember my fucking name. I'm not Bill. Every bloody day it's, hey Bill, I'm not Bill. Bastards, all of them.
Has the vampire ever exited the castle?
He leaves every day at some point. I nearly kill him every time.
And he manages to evade you every time. Because of the villagers, of course, yes.
Yeah. I found out earlier that the villagers have been selling my silver arrows as lead-tipped. Aim's all off. Weighs too much.
Oh,
Bastard blacksmith. Trying to get the last of my
Oh.
gold off me.
very
Thank
clever.
you for warning.
Okay, well, we will stay here with you and we will make sure no one villagers come to talk to you. We will distract them and you can take your shot. Yes?
See that you do.
And he just returns to staring at the castle door through his crossbow sights.
Does he look like he's
I
been up there for
gesture.
a while and like kind of skinny or something? Is he like tired or is he just like
He does have a sort of slight thinner look about him.
okay? I go back to where everyone else is standing, far away from him. I look at Brightwing and she wanted to say something, so
Yes. Do we want to have a look around the graveyard?
wouldn't hurt, no?
Brightwing would like to have a look around and see if she can see anything that seems out of place or unnatural. Are there any disturbances around the graves? Are there too many recent graves buried? That sort of thing.
Okay, roll. You look around, the only thing that seems very off to you is that every single grave, fresh or not, seems to be covered in a layer of cress.
Is it edible
that
cress?
grows near
It is
water.
edible cress, yeah.
Why is grave on... Graves aren't wet, are they?
When you test the soil does feel very wet.
Huh? Is the rest of the soil wet underfoot?
No, just seems to be at the graves. It seems that when you sort of look around, it looks like the graves have been heavily watered every single day.
Why would humans water graves? I look towards Arlie. Is that a human thing?
And considering when we moved into Tan, we didn't notice any rivers or other watery bodies nearby, did we?
No.
No.
There was a
There's
small
no-
fountain in the town square though.
Yeah, just a fountain. So there must be. Given there's a lack of large bodies of water, though the city does have wells. I wouldn't have expected a wet surface. We've only been here a few hours. We haven't seen the weather. Maybe it rains a lot, but it does seem out of place.
Something is not right about this town. People always coming up asking,
Forgetting his name.
yes, and like strange person at the inn charging 200 gold, which is like exorbitant.
A vampire who has an attempt on their life every day for a month, but does nothing to the assailant.
Something is very
And a
weird.
And a blacksmith who sells fake arrows, fake silver
That
arrows.
That could just be a cheat.
It sounds like a tourist trap.
Does the crest taste good?
Are you just
Pretty
like
good
so?
considering.
Are you so drunk that you're just like, I'll have a chat now?
She's, she is a centaur who was raised on the plains. She's a forager. She's going to taste the crest if it's edible
Yep.
and probably
pretty
eat some.
good. Yep, tastes pretty good.
Oh, as Arakoa, would I have any extra sense of whether... Is there a river goes past here? There has to be a river somewhere, surely.
You sort of look around confused, and eventually you find in the back of the graveyard there seems to be a small well.
Is it one with a pulley and a bucket?
Yep,
I'd like to gather some crest.
sure.
Yeah.
Crest life. So, are we putting the bucket down the well? I don't know why I'm sounding a bit German, but I've given up.
We have a bucket?
No, well, there's a well, so I think we put the bucket down, see if there's actual water. I push the
Sure.
bucket down the well.
Can if you want, yeah.
Do I hear a splash after a while?
Yep, you roll the bucket back down, you hear a splash, and then you wind the bucket back up. It seems full of very clean looking water.
Okay. So,
Can I drink some of the water?
Yes.
Does it taste like it's all fine?
It tastes like it's fine, yep.
Okay. I approve.
I empty the bucket onto the nearest grave.
Okay.
Okay, so we guard the graveyard, let Bill take his shot.
Okay. As the hours tick on, eventually dawn breaks over, and Bill jumps down from his tree and goes,
It's dawn. He won't be out till night. Well, maybe afternoon, but probably night. I'm gonna go sleep. Thank you for watching.
Where are you sleeping?
I sleep in a
Where are you
field.
staying?
when he sort of
Where?
points towards a nearby, it looks like a sort of wheat field or similar, like quite tall crops that you could easily sort of hide in.
We will be back here tonight. We can help you.
Ah, good. It'll be good to finally kill him. Get away from here. I'll be picking up my actual arrows later today.
And he just sort of nods to you all and then goes and sort of jumps over the fence and seems to get himself settled in the field as the dawn breaks. I'm assuming you're going to go back to the inn and sleep for a few hours, but your choice when you wake up is the castle, the blacksmith, the town hall, the inn, and the town square.
So many places to go, so little time.
I would say not the tavern.
Agreed.
Why not?
Because
Well,
you can get drunk later.
there's nothing else to see there.
Well, there might be. But we can see if we can buy you a bottle before we go back to the graveyard tonight.
That would be lovely, but I was thinking more, have we not done our task? Do we not get to go home? We've came and found the guy. We found out why he's taking so long. We can go back and tell them now. Yes?
Also, part of it was killing the vampire.
Oh, we've got to do that. All right, okay.
Well, Bill doesn't go back with us until we kill the vampire.
Oh, we're to take Bill back.
Yes.
Okay. I understand.
What does everyone feel about going to town hall, finding out who wrote these letters?
Town hall makes sense. I want to see the castle.
Yes, I think we should go to the castle too and just knock on the door or kick it in or whatever and get in there and get that vampire and bring him in.
Bill says the gate is very strong. No offense.
But I'm very strong.
I agree, very strong, especially after all that wine, but I will leave it up to you.
I can fly. I will go up and see if there's other ways.
That's a good idea.
But first, I need to go to the river and wash my feathers. I will be back.
Okay.
We all wait around for her to get back.
Yep.
So where do you think?
Happily splashing away in the water.
In the fountain, I guess, since that was the only body of water.
Yeah,
Well, there's a small river. So where do we go? Do we go town hall, or do we see if she finds her way into the castle and we try and get into the castle?
I say either
I
the
think
castle to examine that, find perhaps the vampire, or the town hall to get further information from whoever sent the letters who are convinced of the
Something-
vampire's existence.
Some things of this village is people too happy living in the shadow of a vampire.
But they're not happy. They wrote angry letters.
That does not make sense. No, we went to the inn. The innkeeper seems fine. There's drunks all over the place. There's a woman who offers unnatural and strange services for exorbitant amounts of money, some of which I would like to get my hands on. The money, not the service.
200 pieces seems high.
For a small village like this, yes, very high. Also, the blacksmith selling lead-tipped arrows when they should be silver. Something is wrong because seems to the untrained eye, the villagers are taking advantage of this vampire.
It seems that the blacksmith shouldn't sabotage the vampire hunter.
Yes.
Perhaps at Town Hall they can tell us more about the people in the town, since tavern owner won't.
So we go to town hall then, yes? Everybody?
Certainly.
Yes.
Okay, so it's Town Hall.
Yes, I mean, like, for the whole time, I will point out that Shad is just not understanding why, if the vampire is the problem and the vampire is in the castle, why aren't we going to the castle to get the vampire? She's just gonna, like, keep being like, you know, he's at the castle, everybody says he's at the castle.
Yes, but these people are weird. Maybe they're all vampires.
So then we kill them all, right?
Well,
So
then
first we-
why were we not killed when we slept?
Maybe they're
Because
not
I'm
vampires.
fearsome.
Yes, also that, but maybe they're all ghouls. Maybe they just like help the vampire out. Seems like they're in cahoots.
What does cahoots mean and what's a ghoul? So, yeah, like, the conversation, you guys will just realise that she really is as thick as mince. So,
We think the villagers want to keep the vampire.
Because it's profitable. Hunters come, spend money. You know, adventurers have a lot of money.
It is strange to have vampire in summer.
but this is autumn.
What if it's not a vampire at all? What if it's just another person pretending to be vampire?
But what about the blood?
Let's go to town hall. These theories are very interesting, but we must know more information. We must know who wrote those letters.
Okay.
I'm gonna race everyone up the street.
When you get to Town Hall, are you knocking or are you going straight in?
Straight in.
Yeah,
Straight
Shad's in the front, so she's kicking the doors open, I guess.
Okay. You go straight in, and there's a quite large, barrel-chested man with a bald head and large moustache sitting behind a desk, and he goes,
Can I help you?
Yes, we are here
Yes,
to
you are.
find Wilfred.
What?
Wilfred. Wilfred.
Who is Wilfred?
Wilfred! Oh, sorry,
Who is
Bill.
Wilfred? That
Bill.
you? Oh, Bill! Oh,
Yes,
God,
Bill.
What he sent you for now?
Nothing. Does he send people to get him things?
Well, usually people come to complain about him. What's he done now?
We are here to take Bill back.
You're here to take Bill back, but Bill hasn't done his job yet.
Yes, so we are here to help him finish the job and then take him back.
Oh, not more of you. Do we have to pay you as well?
Yes.
No.
No.
We can't afford you. The budget's already stretched. I've been here
We're not getting paid by
35
you.
years. I never thought I'd have a vampire fund I'd have to count for.
Just
Wait.
pay us in information then. Tell us all we need to know about it.
What do you want to know?
I look at everyone for their questions. I'm the setup guy.
Does he live in the castle?
Who? Bill? No.
The vampire.
The vampire? Well,
Yes.
yes, I suppose so, yes.
Okay. Are you a vampire?
No.
Are you a ghoul? And she's gonna like go right
No.
up close to him and like really examine him closely and like, you know, lift up his arm and like check his, just like really up in his face, checking he's
he's just sort of looking at you
alive.
really confused as to what you're doing.
Are you sure you're not a ghoul?
I'm pretty positive I'm not a ghoul. What's all this talk of ghouls about, anyway?
I'm not
Nothing.
sure.
Do you know of any other way into castle?
Well, no. We didn't really explore the castle after the royal family died. It felt a bit sacrilegious.
Bill says the vampire comes out at night to the town.
Bill says
Don't
he's
know
an
how-
expert marksman and a crack shot. We spent a month at that bloody tree.
So, what complaints have you had?
About the
Punched
vampire.
my wife.
The vampire punched your wife?
No, Bill punched
Bill?
my wife. All she did is wish him a good morning and he punched her. Then he shot Mr. Goggins.
How rude.
He
I mean, we
shot
met
a
Bill.
villager?
Well, in fairness, Mr. Goggins was, trying to demand he leave, and Bill was like, I'm a crack shot, and Mr. Goggins said, you fuck. But Bill, he wasn't, he didn't sort of back down when Mr. Goggins challenged him to a duel, and then he got shot, so...
I mean,
Oh.
a duel is a fair thing.
Yes,
As-
well, tell that to Mr. Goggins, he's been dead for a while now.
Huh. Fatally
I
shot.
meant to ask, the graveyard, why are graves wet?
What do you mean, why
Why
are
is
graves
it-
wet?
There's cress all over them.
Oh, that'd be Miss Edadek.
Miss who?
Iderda.
She grows cress on graveyards? On the grave? Yeah.
Yes, Melchizedek, the old gravekeeper. He grows, vegetables in the graveyard. He's especially fond of cress.
Oh,
It's all that
Does
fertile
he
soil
grow-
doing nothing, Might as well turn it into something useful. It keeps the old boy happy.
Does he grow carrots?
true.
I have no idea. You'd have to speak to Melchizedek.
She's going to lean over to Arlie and in a sort of stage whisper go, I really like carrots. We should go back and get some before we go.
No.
Shads just looks totally crestfallen, like,
Oh, is it crestfallen?
yeah, it's crestfallen, yeah. Crestfallen, yeah, crestfallen.
So,
All right.
what are you all doing here?
Well,
Sent
Bill,
by guild to retrieve Bill because it's
I
strange for
wouldn't
him
go talking to
take
Bill.
so
He's quite
long.
an angry bastard. Won't talk to
Wait.
anyone.
He did seem upset.
Bastard. Punched my wife,
He says that his name is not Bill.
You what? Why does everyone call him Bill, then?
I personally have no idea, but it appears to be a major source of his anger.
Well, it's his fault for not introducing himself properly, then. If I didn't want to be called Bill, I'd tell him my name isn't Bill, but all he does is shout at them. People don't like that. And even the children
Punch
call
your
him
wife.
Grumpy Bill and sing about him. He doesn't like that at all.
Well, I wouldn't either. That is reasonable. No?
Yes, but he snapped that poor child's toy before, and he's sort of got it in for himself for the rest of the village.
Oh.
Not a nice man is Bill. Very grumpy, and he punched my wife.
you say.
Seems to have made enemies, yes.
So, you want to be rid of vampire and Bill, yes? Is that correct?
Yes, ideally, yes. I mean, the budget's suffering from, all the people we've not really had here. I mean, you used to have, well, not hundreds of people, but we used to got quite a little bit more business to buying turnips. But since
Yeah.
the vampire arrived, people have been a little bit fearful of coming by in case the horse gets attacked or something.
Yes, this horse business. We heard from the innkeeper that the vampire did something horrible to a horse.
Oh, the horse business, yes. Yes, better not talk about that in polite company.
I look around to, not knowing what polite company he's talking.
Shads kind of stomps her front hoof, but is like looking kind of grumpy since she was told no.
I think it might help us to know. I can cover the centaur's ears, if you don't want to say in front of them.
It's a very dirty business. I mean, what would you do if you caught someone, with a horse?
Intimately?
Oh, God,
I
no.
will inform the
What
horses
kind of people
owner.
do you think we have round here? We wouldn't have anyone being intimate with a horse.
Well,
Talking
but-
about
but
taking blood.
Oh,
Okay.
the innkeeper.
Good
You have
God,
to
what kind of place do you come from? People are intimate with horses.
look. Your innkeeper implied there was something more than blood taken.
Yes, well.
Okay, here's the thing. Tell us when this vampire showed up, and apart from the horses, has anything bad happened to people?
He showed up about 6 months ago, claiming to be some investor or something investigation, something like that. We didn't really pay much attention, and then he sort of withdrew himself to the castle. We tried talking to him, but he wouldn't want to talk to anyone and was very dismissive of people.
What's
then
his
next
name?
thing we know, these animals start turning him dead all around town. The blood trail and these buckets covered in blood led us to the castle.
I mean,
I have a question. Apologies. If you need rid of vampire, why did your blacksmith sell faulty arrows to the vampire hunter?
Ferdinand wouldn't sell 40 arrows, it'd be Bill. He'll have made them himself,
He said-
since we wouldn't have sold them him, and then he will have complained that they were made here. Bloody liar, Bill. He punched my wife!
how is your wife?
Still sore.
When did this wife punching event occur?
About 2 weeks ago.
And still sore?
Yes, he broke her nose and everything. Blood everywhere.
Oh,
That's a shame.
Yes, and poor Mrs.
So you
Goggins,
say-
all the memories came back to her the same day. She's not been the same since, poor girl.
Tragic news.
memories?
Well, her
Of-
husband
of
got
her
shot by
husband.
Bill.
Shot dead.
Yes.
So you say this man shows up, says he is investor, and then he goes and puts himself in the castle, and then he takes buckets of blood from.
Yeah, it's very,
So-
very queer business, if you don't mind me saying.
And you all think he is a vampire, even though he hasn't attacked
Well,
any people.
Since he turned up, all these animals are being left right in the center without their blood in them. And
Yes,
even
well,
Jacob
people-
came up with a fancy word for it involving sing-a-wee-ra or something like that. Very fancy word. We never heard anything like that round here, but apparently it's some word that meant out of blood.
So just to be clear, no people have been harmed.
Well, not in our village, no, but rumors abound that neighboring villages have had people just the same thing happen, but they're out of blood. I mean,
Oh, okay.
you know, you don't strike where you eat, if you know what I mean. We do think that he must be a vampire. I mean, if he struck
So
more
he is
people here, he'd be
accused.
too easy a target, if you know what I mean.
So he is accused of horseplay and rumors.
Well, no, he's convicted of those. We had a town meeting and everyone sort of agreed that he was a vampire. That's when we started sending letters to the guild to try and get someone to come deal with him.
Oh, okay, I see. When he introduced himself, does he use a name like a person?
I can't remember. I wasn't really
Oh,
paying
okay.
attention that day, if I'm honest. He only really spoke to us once. Tootsie made a big basket for him and gave him it full of meats and everything, and he refused it. Something about he doesn't eat human food or something, I don't know.
Ah, okay. So, did he pay? You said he was an investor. Did you just let him walk into the castle?
He
without
just
any
walked
payment?
in, he said he had the keys, and he had to do something to do with the basement.
Okay.
Ooh.
Is, is there another way? I mean, I'm sure we've asked this, haven't we? Is there another way into the castle?
No. The last other ways into the castle got barricaded a long time ago, 'cause thieves, you know. They used to steal all the valuables that were left by the lord and lady.
Do you have the keys to the castle?
No, Uwe had them for a while, but I don't know where he is at the
Uwe?
moment. He'll be about somewhere, probably talking to the people.
Who is Uwe?
Uwe's he calls himself the mayor. He's a sort of lead in charge of the council, you see. You know
You're
him,
not
you
the
see him. He's
mayor?
got a grand cape. He likes to wear a cape around the people. He says it makes him look more regal.
Okay. We find this Uwe, we get the keys, and we go in the castle.
Well, I think he should have keys. As far as I'm aware, he's the only one that could have had them. I mean, unless Jacobs has them, but what would Jacob do with keys? He's a young boy. Young boys don't need keys to castles.
Surely it would have been passed down because the last kings died long ago.
Yes, they died, and we had the keys given to us to look after, but frankly, none of us really had any use for them, so they got filed away somewhere. I think Uwe might know where they are if you find him, but I have no idea.
Do you have filing cabinet?
Well, we've got plenty of filing, and he turns around and points to, like, boxes and boxes and crates and bags and boxes of just stuff and paperwork behind them. This is all the stuff from the last year. The rest is in the attic or the basement.
Goodness.
Do you mind if we take a look?
Oh, help yourself if you really want. And just don't mess it up. Jacob will get very upset. It's taken the boy years to sort all this out.
Sorry, who is Jacob again?
Jacob's a young man. He works in the council. Nasty
And
business
you
with his
also-
mother and all that.
With his what nasty business?
Oh, his mother was, well, let's not talk about that. And, young boy left alone in the world, we took him in and taught him the ways of the council.
I see.
And he's been, well, as much as we want to say he's been a boon for us, he's been quite argumentative, really. Always arguing the what-ifs. He's the reason we don't get as much done anymore.
Huh.
I mean,
What is
yesterday
this?
he argued what if there really was a werewolf in the neighboring village. I mean, come on. Who believes in werewolves?
I'm sorry. You had rumors from the neighboring village of deaths from exsanguination that you
Yes.
pinned on your local suspected vampire.
Yes.
Now you're telling me they have rumors of a werewolf as well.
Well, tongues wag.
People are
Evidently,
bored.
they do so all over.
Well,
Okay. Where is Jacob? Where can we find him?
Jacob at this time of the morning is probably asleep at home. He tends to do the night shift in the council hall.
Okay.
It's the only time he gets peace to do filing, apparently.
I see.
Just, question for you. You know that, the woman that works in the inn? Tall
Not
one.
personally.
Broomhilda?
That's the one. What are your thoughts on her?
She's very big.
Yes.
Have you spent the night with her?
No. I've been married for 35 years, and something about the effect she has on people. I just want to know what it is. I've never seen anyone have such an expression afterwards.
It seems weird.
Yes.
Apparently it costs 200 gold.
Yes, I know. I'd have to take out a small budget for it. But I'm
It seems
tempted. I must know what actually goes on. I've been driving
Do you just want to-
daft ever since she moved here.
Do you just want to
people.
know, or do you want to experience?
I don't know. Anyone who's experienced it doesn't talk about it, you see. It's like they're sort
Really?
of forbidden.
Ooh. Does her room have a window?
I don't know. I've never been the type to look through a young girl's window.
Do you know if most of the rooms in the tavern have windows?
Oh, I've never really thought about it that way. I haven't stayed there in a long time. But since the last time I had one of those overnight meetings and that cheese wheel came out. Oh God, that cheese wheel. Oh.
That's the expression a lot of the men are making when they come out, I think.
So you're saying it could be cheese wheel related?
Yes, perhaps.
Oh, curious.
Well, we don't want to take more of your time. We'll just look at the files in the basement, if you don't mind.
Yes, go ahead.
I
Usher
want to
everyone.
look for the oldest ones. Surely they're most likely to have the key.
So, what time is it right now during the day?
It's about 11 o'clock in the morning at the moment.
So
Yeah.
we know that it might be vampire. It arrived fairly recently. They've not had any people killed in this village, but they have had rumours from nearby villages.
Yes. But
It-
nearby villages also say they're werewolves.
So, this is a new question, but see how Shad is sort of fairly nomadic and roams around a lot?
Mm-hmm.
Could I roll a lore check to see what kind of rumours she's heard about the local?
Guess so, sure.
See if like any of them line up. Like, is there always a rumor of a werewolf somewhere, or such like?
The
13.
real enemy. The
You're
real enemy is
13, your
capitalism.
natural crit number. You've heard stories from numerous villages that a werewolf must be in. It's usually what happens when, like, a dog gets ripped apart or a cow gets ripped apart or some sort of farm animal dies. It's not really anything new.
So she'd be pretty dismissive. She's like,
Yeah.
there's always a werewolf rumor.
Yeah.
I mean, my brother is off hunting a werewolf right now. I'm pretty sure there's like 12 of werewolves. It's just...
I mean, according to the man's story, it doesn't make sense. This vampire moves into the castle, takes lots of blood. Suspicious activity, yes, but nothing.
Maybe he's a good vampire who just drinks animal blood.
But why is he taking it back in bucket? Thought they didn't need
To
to
drink
eat
for
that
later.
much.
Supplies.
Well, let's assume that it is not a vampire for 1 second. Just humor me. Let's assume he's just a weirdo, a magician. Magicians use blood for everything. Rituals, I don't know, painting. He came here, he said he had some business, he had the keys, and he had some business in the basement of the castle. Who knows what nefarious things he's up to? Maybe he's a necromancer, which is worse. But he doesn't harm people. He only harms animals.
And somehow the villagers always make Wilfred miss his shop.
There's a lot of confusing things happening at the same time. The villagers, maybe they are just, annoying.
But every time?
But they could also be in, as I said earlier, cahoots. This Jacob boy suddenly found something horrible happened to his mother.
Yes.
Works the night shift, sleeps the day. This lady in the inn who has an unusual effect on people.
It's very, very odd.
So, this night, do we go back to the graveyard and help Bill complete his job, or do we go to the inn and I look at Brightwing and say, fly up to the window and take a look?
Let's see if we can find a key. And if we do find the key, we definitely go to the castle during daytime, because it is safer during the day.
Yeah, we find this man with cape and see if he has.
Well, we can look through and see if we can find anything in the records. And if not, then we will go and find Uwe.
What do we have to roll to look through the records?
You dig through the records for a while. There's not really much there. You notice that anything beyond about 5-6 years ago goes from being the fairly legible but spelt wrong script to the illegible and scribbled script. And it seems to be, even though you check something you find 10, 20, 30 years ago, it all seems to be that same illegible script.
Can I roll literacy to roll just to see if there's any kind of pattern to this illegible script?
Yeah, sure.
If I can make out what's... I'm not very good at it, but...
Yep, you basically work out that whoever has the illegible handwriting is the one that's been here at least 30 years, maybe 35 years. And there doesn't seem to be any other type of handwriting apart from the one that started about 5 years ago, which is, as I said, far more legible, but there seems to be more spelling mistakes. It's like the person knows in their head what they're saying, but they can't write down the right spelling. They've never been taught.
So there was a bookkeeper before who was very bad with handwriting.
But the new one is Jacob?
Yes, the boy.
The boy writes very well.
I don't know, he doesn't know how to write the P in the proper way. Also, his spelling is a bit... But yes, we should find Jacob, see what he knows about this old bookkeeper. That's one more thing to do.
As you get back up the stairs, you notice the sort of balding man with the moustache counting out gold into a pile. Then he swoops it all into a bag and just looks at you and says,
Right then, I have to do what I have to do.
And he escorts you outside, locks the door behind him, puts the bag into his pocket, takes a sort of big sigh of confidence and walks off towards the inn.
Good luck!
Your choices for the next time slot are the castle, the blacksmith, the town hall, and the inn.
I think we should go and find out what happens at the inn. Cross that off the list.
Castle, 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 castle.
We don't have the keys for the castle.
Oh, okay. I think we should just go up with a really big net and knock the door.
I have a net.
See? Half the
I have
plan's
net.
done!
Are
I
you
can
not
fly up and drop net.
Are
See?
you not? Are you not curious about the lady in the inn? The magic she does?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
I am,
No.
But she make
I'm-
all the shiny.
Arlie, what do you think?
I am curious about this mysterious woman. At the same time, as we have entered the afternoon and are nearing the evening, I suppose the vampire would leave the castle soon, so there might be a chance.
We can set up an ambush. Okay, so I am in favor of the inn. Who else?
Ovi or Jacob might be at the inn.
And they have the
So
keys
you-
for the castle.
Yes.
Yes.
So you can try that, and I will perch somewhere and see if I can find window.
Sounds good. Let's go to the inn and see what we can get.
Okay.
I'll race you there.
And this time I will race her then.
Yeah!
Okay, both rolled, see who wins the race.
Nice.
Can I fly
So
over
far.
them?
You can, yes.
Can I just...
Oh man!
I just leisurely walk to the inn.
Okay, so Alan Z seems to win the race by pretty much a country mile compared to the other two, who are much, much slower.
I won it just because I said ready go and then just started running.
I got my feet and tail feathers entangled in shads, so that's why we lost.
in shad. Like, just tangled. Was there sort of one point where there may have been a puddle?
There may have been a puddle,
You know.
yes.
Yeah, it would take her a while to get
Distracted by
around the
puddle.
puddle. No, she just... Because it's like streets, right? So the puddle may take a good portion of the street, and, you know,
True.
it's hard to go around a puddle.
True.
You don't know how deep they are. My god, man, did you see that puddle? That's a real deep puddle. My god.
You walk back into the inn, you see the large man that just walked past sitting at the bar, and he seems to be like chugging back what looks like his third ale in as many seconds as you got here. And as he starts slurring and asking for his fourth, the barmaid is looking at him very confused but serves him. And you walk up to the bar. What are you doing?
Is he wearing a cape?
No. He's the man you literally just saw leave the town hall.
Oh, he's just getting his courage up. Is there anyone else in the inn apart from the barman?
Not really, no. There's not really many people here. It just seems to be the sort of barmaid.
I would like a bottle of wine, please.
Another one? Alright, fine.
Yes!
Here you go.
Thank you.
I'm guessing that I'm still outside, but I would still be classed as at the inn
Okay.
for the location.
This
Mostly
part-
because I'm going to be flying around the inn and trying to... You can use the excuse of I need somewhere to perch.
Okay. At this point, the large man finishes his fourth beer and he goes, Alright, it's time. And he slams the bag with the gold on the table and goes, I need to know. And the barmaid looks him in the eye and goes, You've been married 35 years. Are you sure you want to do this? I need to know.
Mr. Man is paying, so I guess.
Alright, well, Brumilda! And this massive, as I said, 7-foot tall woman stomps down, picks up this man, throws him over his shoulder, even though as big as he is, she still manages to carry him with ease up the stairs, and he's hiccuping all the way. And
She
his
looks
eyes are
human,
just like
right?
lost in the kind of like, I need to know. And the door is closed,
She
and you
looks-
hear a lock turning.
She looks human, right? I mean, when she came down,
Yeah,
she's
she
like that.
looks basically like a sort of Amazonian, like 7-foot tall, really built, like quite bulky.
I asked the innkeeper, I was like, have you ever not been curious as what your employee does?
Oh
to
no,
these people?
I used to be a working girl myself. I mean, the problem is,
Yes.
and after going up and down those stairs 100 times a night and taking several shots, you know, both from customers and not, I'm glad to be out with her lifestyle, to be honest. I don't know how she does it every night.
Does she speak to you?
Oh no, she don't speak at all. She speaks in grunts if you ask her. She don't talk normal. Never has.
We talked to Bill. Bill's
Oh,
very
you talked
good.
to him, did you? What did he say?
He says
Badmouth
all
my
the
reputation?
No. He actually said good things about you. He said
Oh, that'll be
he
a
didn't want to
surprise.
pay. Yes, but like he also said that all the villagers come to talk to him all the time.
Oh, yeah. We're a friendly bunch. Apart from when that
Yeah.
bastard keeps telling us to fuck off.
That's true. He told us to fuck off too.
He does that. Bastard Bill.
He says like he shot Mr. Goggins.
Oh, he did that. His widow was in here spending all her gold, getting drunk to try and forget him. Bastard Bill.
Did the widow also? And I kind of nudged to her and said, "She go up."
No. She don't go up. Not many locals do. I mean, it's a lot of money for that. We have had a lot of travellers come and seem intrigued by her, though.
I lean
Very
a little
weird
bit
thing.
closer.
I mean, like, it seems to bring more customers here. It's like people are trying to find her out. Very weird and queer sort.
News travels far here. I lean
Yeah,
a little
but
bit
those
further
that have
in.
seen her don't talk, if you know what I mean. My sister's husband, right, he's from the village over yonder. He came over and asked, what does she do? And I told him I don't know. And, he saved up and he came over and he, experienced Brumilda. And now, when you ask him what happened, his eyes just go vacant and he just sort of goes, "Oh, I can't tell you." I mean, what kind of approach is that? It costs so much gold.
That is weird.
So while this is going on, have I managed to find a perch that might give me a view?
You fly up and you look round the top of the tavern, see if there's any windows in. There's a couple of open sort of latches, but most of them seem to be into sort of in rooms, like your own rooms, effectively. The one that seems to be barreled shut and not an open window is the one that you think Brumhilda is in, but the window is latched shut.
Okay. Can I hear anything from that room?
Do an awareness roll. You hear a very faint sound of scraping.
Anything other than scraping?
Nope.
Does it sound like anything I would hear in nature?
No.
Chad
Do I
isn't
think
here
it's
right now.
demons?
It doesn't sound demonic, it just sounds like very light scraping.
Like scraping on skin or on stone?
Just scraping in general.
How drunk is Shad looking now?
Shad's swaying a little bit. The barmaid's looking a bit nervous, looking at her tables, and just in case Shad falls into them.
I really want her to get back so I can tell her that somebody's in danger upstairs.
I mean, we could just tell her that. Or better, bet Shad's that she couldn't kick down that door.
Yeah. You know
Shaz
what?
can kick down a door. What? Sorry?
That's right. I bet you that you can run upstairs and kick down all the doors.
Oh god, yeah, all the doors?
All the doors.
Here, don't you be damaging
Yeah.
my inn.
I don't think she can
Guild
do it.
business.
So Shads at this point is just gonna turn around and gallop off upstairs and just go up and
Wait.
kick in
Alright, do me
all the
didn't
doors.
mean it. I didn't mean it, and I run up after her.
do me a d20 roll to see how you get on.
Okay.
You trip on the way up the stairs and barrel back down again.
Oh man, stairs are so hard!
Can I make my way past her and get to the door, the locked door, the first door that I find? Is it locked?
It's locked, yes.
Can I use my thieves' tools to open it?
You can try, yes, roll. No.
What the hell?
No luck.
Everyone's rolling low.
Okay.
Shit.
Can I
I'm
hear this from outside?
Yes.
Okay, now this is going to go badly wrong. But can I use either my dexterity or my intelligence, or indeed my strength, to try and break open the window shutters.
It's like not SEAL Team 6, but definitely some kind of Team 6.
We're literally just blundering our way through it. We should have just gone up with an X.
Fine, this is our role.
Do me a tinkering roll.
This
I
is
don't
a
have tinkering. That's why I was asking about the base stats. My dex is only 2, in fairness, and I would be trying to do it while flying.
Like, would you not just bash into it?
It would be a straight d20 roll then.
I would be using my beak to see if I could manipulate it in any way.
You're making it even harder
I mean,
for
I could
yourself.
probably stab a hole through it with my beak, but that's going to hurt.
No. Just take what you're like getting right now. I mean, it's a d20. Maybe you'll
Straight
be lucky.
d20, and even then, the odds are quite high.
I don't think
Against
I'm
you.
going to be lucky, but let's see. If you don't try, you don't get.
Ooh, 17. Okay, you don't manage to open the door, but you manage to get it open a crack. You peer through the crack and you see it's like the sort of fat man you saw before is sitting on a stool staring at something. He's still fully clothed, but his eyes are just like opening wider and wider and wider, like he's just seeing something and it's just blowing his mind.
Can I try and crick my head round and see if I can catch anything of what he's seeing?
Probably another dex roll for that. Natural 20.
Oh my god, that
You
was
crack
like
your neck round and you see this very tall Amazon woman is writing something on the wall. And she seems to be writing something very long and detailed. You can't see what it is because she's got her back to you. And she's standing like writing in front of you. But whatever it is she's writing on the wall is just blowing this guy's mind.
Can I see what kind of script it's in?
All you can see is it's written in chalk.
Okay. In fairness, I have no literacy. I wouldn't be able to make out what it was anyway.
For those of us still inside, given that Shad's at the bottom of the stairs and
Taking up the
Alanzi-
stairs.
Alanzi ran upstairs and did not manage to pickpocket the door, Arlie at this point just goes up to the door and puts the tip of the halberd into the little gap and then tries to use it as a wedge to rip open the door.
Alright, roll.
Come on, the best of us.
You jemmy it and you hear a very loud crack, and you basically do it again, and as you do it a second time, the door gives way, and inside you walk in as this massive woman is rubbing everything out that's on the board. The man is sitting fully dressed, staring at the thing. It's just like his head has just been completely like.
And what's all this then?
I peer
The woman
inside
just
as
looks
well.
at you and just sort of shrugs and walks past you and goes back downstairs.
Do we
Can I
see
say a-
Brightwing's head in the window?
Just, yes.
I wave.
Can I go up to the board and try and examine if she has thoroughly rubbed everything out, or if there's anything legible there?
You can try rolling literacy, sure. You see a couple of letters here, there, and everywhere, but nothing that you can piece together what the words were.
Does it look illegible like reports we saw, or is it just like
looks-
it's
It's quite tiny script, whatever it was.
Can you tell what sort of script it is? Like, is it
is
a
it
human?
common?
It just seems to be a
Alphabet?
mixture of like letters and symbols.
Is the town councilman still there?
Yeah, he's sitting on the top of a stool staring at it like his mind's been blown.
Yeah, Shad's just going to go up and be like, "What did you see?" And when he doesn't respond, she's going to like slap him.
You literally keep slapping him and he just doesn't respond.
Does he look charmed? Like, does he look magically charmed? Would there be a way for me to tell that without Arcana?
You could roll Arcana.
Can I just roll a d20 to see if I've heard about people getting charmed this way?
Sure.
Because I don't have the skill.
You've definitely heard of people being magically charmed, but you have no idea if this is the case.
So Broomhilda
Like-
went downstairs.
Yep.
Shad is going to like take the town councilman and go downstairs carefully, and then go over to Broomhilda's table. And if he's still totally unresponsive, she's just going to like plop him on the table and be like, "You broke."
You broke
He sort of
it.
looks at you, shrugs, and goes back to her normal business. Here, what are you doing with him? What happened to him?
She broke him. She did!
No, that's
Points at
her
Broomhilda.
ability. That's what she does to people. I've never seen one come down that fast, though. Only been up there
Can
about
I-
10 minutes.
Can I search her room real quick to see if I find any odd things like magical items or like
Can
kind
if
of
you want, sure.
anything that makes it seem that she's into the occult?
Sure.
Yeah, so like,
Oh!
You look all around the room, you can't find a thing.
Okay, I just come downstairs. I'm like, "Fuck, this is useless. Town gets weirder. I've lost my accent. I'm just shouting all the way down the stairs. Just like,
you broke Alan!
I fly down and rejoin the group.
Okay. Are you doing anything else here, or are you moving on to the next location?
I'd like to get another 2 bottles of wine.
Alright,
Emptying
just
out
be
the wine
careful, you
cellar.
nearly broke me stairs.
Well, you shouldn't have made your stairs so small then, should you?
Alright. Keep your hooves on.
Thank
with
you
the
for the
inn.
wine.
I look at the tavern owner
Mhm.
and be like, she not working girl like you mean it.
Of
Unless
course she is. She takes men up and they all come back looking stunned. I mean, good God, I know many women ain't a lot of money like her.
No, that is not what she does
Ain't it?
at all. Nope.
Well, she did ask for a room with no windows for a good reason.
She writes on wall.
She writes on the wall, you say? Brumilda, you can write? See, she says she can't write. Well, I don't know what that really means. She just shrugs every time I ask her anything, to be honest.
I think she has secret information. But secret information is valuable. Does that get any reaction from Broomhilda?
Nope. She's literally just cutting logs at the moment with a big axe, just chopping these massive tree trunks in half. Not care in the world.
What, like in the middle of the
No,
tavern?
just out the back of the tavern, but you can see her from where you are.
Okay. I'm probably out there drinking my wine, watching her.
Fair enough.
Okay, so it seems that unless we have 200 gold, we don't find out what she does. Even so, if we do that, we end up like this poor bastard.
Literally,
Is
at
it-
this point, the large man is sitting just outside the inn, like staring into the town square with a look in his face just like, whoa.
Suddenly turn into Keanu Reeves.
So did he get the full experience or did she start wiping it off partway through because we were being a pain?
You don't know?
Just to check, I ask him, what did you see?
He just doesn't respond. He just seems to stare into the distance.
I cup his fat face in my hands and look at him, like make him look at me, and I say, what did you see?
It's like his lip quivers a little bit, but that's all that really happens. He just doesn't respond.
Harley, are you scary? I mean, you are kind of scary, but are you like, can you scare this man into talking?
I'm not certain he's capable of talking or much anything.
But
I don't know how
they-
much is going on inside the head of his at the moment.
But the
Seems
rest
like
of them supposedly recover.
Yeah, but they don't talk about what happened. Either ways, I feel that the only way to get any information out is to actually pay the 200, see what she writes, but then we end up looking like this one here.
Well,
Don't
I
want-
can't read.
I don't care much for it. I do not understand this, and maybe it's best we don't.
Okay. Your choices for your next location are the castle, the blacksmith, the inn, the town square, or the graveyard. Where do you want
Is
to go?
it
Castle.
night?
Castle.
Is it nighttime?
It's early evening.
Okay. I listen to Chads and I say, okay, fine, good. Yeah.
With a net?
I have
I
net.
We might as well tackle this thing head on.
Let's try.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
No racing.
Oh.
So, as you approach the front of the castle, you see a scrawny figure peer out of the door of the castle, slowly make his way forward, and then you hear a, "Oi, Bill!
and then an arrow shoots and sort of misses the figure by literally millimeters. He squeaks, runs back inside, slams the door, and you hear the sound of 8 or 9 locks going across.
What did this person look like before they ran away?
Very scrawny, very thin. They look like they used to have black hair, but it's gone kind of like white peppered look.
I'm gonna run up and knock on the door.
Okay. As you get close to the door, you notice that the door is surrounded by hundreds and hundreds of what looks like wooden crucifixes and wooden, like hundreds of different religious symbolism, effectively. It's just sort of like all around the door. And the door itself is like it's had several huge chunks taken out of it and people trying to get through the door.
I assume I either fall over or step on the religious items and just knock on the door.
Okay. Do me an awareness check. Okay.
No.
From the other side of the door, you hear a frantic voice going, I'll go later, I'll go later, I'll go later, he's going to kill me, he's going to kill me, I'll go later, I'll go later, he's going to kill me, he's going to kill me.
Where do you need to go? Hello? Can I come inside?
All you can hear is this voice repeating, and it seems to be just repeating the same thing over and over again.
Is it right behind the door?
It's right behind the door, as if this person must be leaning against the door.
This does not sound like fearsome vampire.
I mean, Shads isn't going to have any other ideas apart from knocking again. She'll maybe kick the door with her hoof. Let me in! I mean, Shad's main ability is to create distraction. So...
And be a deniable asset.
I'm really interested because this doesn't sound like your classic vampire.
This doesn't sound like a vampire at all.
Oh no, it could be a vampire, but it might be... Or he might be using horse blood for something else. I'm not sure. But it's definitely not, your classic cackling evil overlord type vampire. Or an
I'm loving
incel.
how, complicated this whole thing is, and, all of our characters are just a bit too dumb. It's so much fun.
Clearly, we're the A team. Is there a way for me to pick the lock from this side?
Well, when he ran in, there sounded like there was at least 6 or 7, if not more, deadbolts going across.
Now that we're closer to the castle, do the walls seem climbable to the top?
Not really. You could try, but if you fell, you'd fall a long way.
I have a climber's kit. I was gonna spend some time climbing or setting up ropes and pitons and all that stuff.
You can try if you want.
Is there a window that I can go to which is not covered in bars?
No, not that you can see. All the windows seem to be covered in bars.
Okay.
There is a chimney on the roof where it seems to have smoke coming from it, but that's about it.
If I fly up, can I see through any of the windows?
When you look through any of the windows, you just see darkness. It doesn't seem like there's anything at all in there. When you look down the chimney, you see that there's a small fire burning inside.
Going down the chimney would be a bad idea. Well, I am a thief.
You would be fine.
Can you take this rope up there and
Yes.
tie it to something so I can climb up?
I will tie it round the chimney stack.
Yes, that sounds good.
Okay. I'm assuming I need to roll to do that.
Yep. Yep, you tie something reasonably okay. As long as Alan doesn't roll
I can
badly
stand
to
on the
climb.
rope. If I stand on rope, it might help.
Either way, I look at them and I wave. Do they give me the thumbs up? Or feather up? I don't know.
Okay, roll me dex to climb.
Alright. Don't fail me now, dice.
Do you realise you cursed them by saying that?
Yes, I have.
You get halfway up, the rope gives way, and not only do you fall down, but a tumbling Brightwing just managed to save herself on the way down as well.
No!
Can I not try and catch them?
You can if you want, yep.
Break my fall with your body.
Woohoo!
You managed to catch them.
Ta-da!
You know, if
I
you
am
had
so
rolled, though,
glad.
you'd have trampled over them as they hit the ground, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm so glad you are so good at catching us. Thank you.
Aren't I magnificent? Put them down.
Absolutely.
So, what are you going to do now?
Can we go around the castle now? Well, now that we've tried height.
As you sort of walk around the edge, you notice that one edge leads to basically a sheer drop that leads down to the village. One way is full of like very dense like thorn thickets, and then the other two ways are the ways you've came, which is like up one side and up one along one side and along the other side. It's more like a sort of keep than a castle.
I would like to fly up and have a good look through all the windows, see if there's anything else, any other entry points.
There's nothing really. All the windows are barred. They've got no lights coming from them. It's as if he's only like in one area of the castle at the bottom.
Wait, if he's a vampire, why does he have a fire on?
Well, I don't think he's a vampire.
If he's
I
not
think-
a vampire, we should rescue him.
Yes.
Maybe
I mean,
if we wait really quietly outside the front door, he'll come out again, because he was saying that, he's out there, I'll try again later.
yes.
So maybe if we're just like really quiet and really still outside, he'll come out again and we can catch him in a net.
It
That
might
sounds
be
like a good idea.
tomorrow.
No. He says later, so it's still early evening. Maybe he came out prematurely if we wait till the dead of night.
Oh, okay. We could wait. I will keep checking the chimney too. If the fire goes out, I will go in.
Okay. Can everyone do me an awareness check, please? So Alan and, to a lesser degree, Arlie hear a sort of weird creaking within the house. It's very weird creaking, like the house is like sort of pushing and like moving against its foundations. And then you hear a voice go, "Shut up! I'll go later! You kill me if I go now!"
We hear this voice?
It's the same voice that was repeating he'll go later as the one that's the only
No,
voice you
no.
hear.
But like, we
Yeah, you
heard
hear
the
voice,
creaking.
yes.
Okay.
Creaking was the voice.
I'll let the other two know as well.
Shads is going to kick the house. Like, just with a back foot. She's going to, like, strike out and just kick one stone on the house.
We need to be quiet.
Oops.
Okay, I'm just waiting to see when the door opens. If the net fails, I'm gonna basically tackle.
Okay. Are you going to wait till the end of this time slot in case he comes out?
I'm willing to wait. Is everyone
Sure.
Yes.
So what are they?
So the final time slots, your choices are stay at the castle, the inn, and the graveyard. Where do you want to go?
I would say stay at the castle and see if this guy comes out and jump. What about the others?
Yeah, at this point, the castle seems to be our best bet for more information. I mean, Brunhilde and council members not forthcoming. Bill doesn't seem to be particularly forthcoming. I mean, maybe we could hear about whoever it was that interrupted him this time, but I don't see him having more information. At least there's the off chance we could get inside the castle.
Agreed.
I mean, what's the worst that could happen?
I want to know what he's scared of inside castle.
So we wait at the castle.
Yeah.
Okay, you're waiting at the castle. Are you all like hiding best you can?
Yes. I am hiding most stuff.
Can I perk? Is there perk? Like a
There's
tree?
parts up top that you can sort of sit on in the gloom that you're kind of out of sight.
Right above the gate would be best.
I'm not gonna lie, Shads' hiding would be like turning and facing a wall. Because if she can't see the gate, whoever's at the gate can't see her. So
Makes
Fair
sense.
enough. The longer you wait, the more you hear the house creaking and this panic voice inside seem to sort of tell it to shush. At one point, as it gets to about maybe 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning, you hear the bolts begin to slowly unslide.
Okay, ready.
And the door opens and this very thin face pops out. Let's see what happens next.
Can we not just grab him? Or like wedge the door open?
Now, as soon as the door opens and this head pops out, you hear as this crossbow bolt flies from the darkness straight through his head. He staggers forward and rolls down the hill towards the village. And all you hear is the background someone shouting, "I got the bastard!"
Does he burst into flame or any other kind of like smoke or...
Nope, he's just had an arrow right through his head and his body is now slowly rolling down the hill towards the village. The door is now wide
dear.
open.
Inside.
Same. I follow. Come on.
is it dark
Maybe-
inside?
It's dark everywhere at the moment.
Shads is gonna light a torch
Okay.
and then go
Yay!
inside.
So
I
as you
have
walk
a bottle
inside,
of-
you see several more of the sort of large buckets with bloodstains all over them.
Holy water at the ready.
I look around suspiciously.
Okay.
Should we go to the basement?
You walk in. Are you leaving the door open?
Yes.
Why not?
I'll use my crowbar to kind of wedge it open. Like, you know how when the door opens, I'm just going to wedge it between the wall and the door.
Okay. You walk along a short corridor, and at the end of the short corridor is a very simple room that looks like every other exit's been like barricaded off. In the middle of this room there's a fireplace. In front of the fireplace is a moth-eaten rug. There is a single chair that seems quite close to the fireplace with a rug like sort of discarded on top of it. To the left
Good.
there is a table with a book on it, and there is like a large bag of oats and a small bowl of half-eaten porridge. What do you do?
Ooh, oats.
Is the chair facing away from us?
The chair is
Like, is
facing
it-
away
is
from you
the-
towards the fire, yes.
Okay. And then there's a book to the left
There's a
of us
book
and to the
lying
right
on
of
the
us.
table.
Right. Are we outside the room or are we in the room?
You're in the room.
Nothing has happened.
No. The fire looks like it's beginning to die out though.
Oh, we have the torch. I look at Arlie and I say, use the big stick to poke the chair.
Yeah, I'll just poke the stick and poke the chair with the big stick.
Okay. The chair
And I'll walk
moves
to...
about a millimeter or two as you poke it. Nothing else happens.
Is the house still creaking?
Yep. Almost constantly now.
Does
It's
it
the
sound like
creaking
it's trying to say anything? Like, if I've been listening to it intently since I've come
It
into the
just
house.
sounds like it's creaking, like moving a lot more than it should.
Is it coming from any direction in particular?
It seems to be all of it. Every single wooden joint seems to be creaking.
I open the book.
Okay. The book is full of just scribblings, and it looks like it started off being an inventory of things, and then it seems after a while just to have descended into a journal. But it's illegible when you try and read it.
Is it the same kind of illegible as before?
No. It's a different type of handwriting, but it's definitely... It looks like the same person's handwriting from the start until the end, but the end writing looks more desperate than the beginning.
What does it say?
It's all nonsense. Can I uncork my holy water and sort of empty it around me? Like in a circle?
Where are you wanting to put it?
Just all around me. Like a nice... Like stretch out my arm and then just take a big round.
Sure, you just pour it in a circle around you.
Mm-hmm. Anything, any reactions, nothing?
No.
Does the creaking intensify?
It's still the same as it was, just almost constant.
Could I do a lore roll to see if I've heard anything about strange creaking buildings that for some reason seem to try to be communicating?
Can if you want. Yeah, you've not heard much about it. I mean, you know, there's not really anything that can be said, but you know a lot of old buildings do creak a lot.
Okay. I'm gonna walk up to the chair.
Mm-hmm.
And you said there was a rug over it? Or
Yeah.
like there
It's
was
like a
a
sort
cloth
of
over it?
like rug that someone would have over their legs on top of it.
Okay, is there like any blood around?
There's a couple of bloodstains on the chair and a couple of bloodstains on the rug, but they don't look like they were heavily bleeding, but they look like they were lightly bleeding.
I kick the chair to the side.
Okay.
So there's rooms that are boarded up.
There's two exits from this room. Both of them look like they've been heavily barricaded with chairs and tables and stuff, so nothing can come in that way.
I'm going to
kicking the-
start, moving them.
Okay.
Just like pulling the barricade apart. See what's behind it.
Was there anything in the chair?
Nope.
Like, so there was nothing in the chair, nobody was sitting there.
Nope, nobody there.
Okay. It's getting scary now. What else was there apart from the book and there's a half-eaten bunch of porridge and stuff there, right?
There's the fireplace, there's the moth-eaten rug in front of the fireplace, there's the chair, there's the rug on the chair, there's the table with the book on it, the big bag of oats and half-eaten porridge. And the bloodstains that are all over the chair and the rug and stuff like that.
Okay, so the oats themselves are untouched. Is there anything strange in the porridge?
No, you just look at the porridge. It seems to have used water with the oats just to make very simple porridge. When you look at the bag of oats, it seems like they've been stolen from the stables.
Seems like this was our friend's place to rest.
Yeah,
is
definitely
the
wasn't a
blood,
vampire.
Is the blood leading towards any of the barricaded rooms?
Nope. Just seems to be mostly around the chair and the rug.
And we're like downstairs, right? So
You're basically on the same floor you were as when you came in.
we're on the same floor as we came in, we're not downstairs?
No, you're not downstairs.
Is there a downstairs?
Not that you can see.
Okay. How are you getting on with that door, Shad?
I'm on it.
It's taking you a
She
long
just
time to take the furniture apart to get the barricade out of the way.
What happens if I turn around and just start kicking?
Start kicking, you just turn all the furniture into shrapnel.
Fantastic. How long does that take?
Yeah, about as long. But it's more...
It's more fun.
Yeah, it's more fun, yeah.
Hey! Smash, smash, smash.
Okay. So while she's making all the smashing noises, what are the rest of you doing?
Hiya!
I'm just gonna go through the book again, and in the beginning, the inventory, is there a point where it starts to become a journal where it's legend?
Take that and this.
There just seems to be a point where someone's just written a sort of, what am I doing here?
Right. Like, is there any kind of insight as to why, like, there must be a point in the book where it starts to become, like, crazy talk?
It starts off kind of like a what am I doing here? Kind of like a diary, as in someone who's just got no one to talk to, so they just want to write. And then after a while it just descends into just like manic writing where the like word sizes gets a bit tripled. Everything seems a bit weird.
So I'll spend my time just looking over the book. Let's be my action here.
Okay.
But we are inside the castle. Is this just like a study room, or is there nothing in this room apart from these?
Nothing in the room apart from what I've told you.
Okay. Has Bill come up?
No. You walk back and look at the front door and you see Bill has picked up the body of the thing that he shot and is carrying it towards the inn.
Okay. Let Bill have his fun. I come back to see what the progress on the door is.
Have I cleared it yet?
Okay, you've
I mean, how much
smashed
furniture is
through-
in
you've
this
smashed
doorway?
through the barricade. As a cold breeze brushes past you,
Oh,
and you continue to have a look through what's straight ahead. You don't find much. You do find a back door into the castle. You find a sort of long abandoned, like another study and another library, but they're long abandoned and they feel freezing, like they've not had anyone in them in years.
Is there any demons?
Nope. The house is still creaking like nothing else, though.
Has it gotten worse, or like just the same?
It's just the same as it was since you came in, but it's pretty much constant now.
is there an upstairs?
Nope. Even when you clear the other direction, you find that there is a stairwell, but it's long since collapsed, and when you look up to look at the sort of landing, it's also collapsed. It's like the upstairs has just been so unkept.
Was there a rug on the floor in the room we were?
Yes.
Yes.
Can I pull the rug back?
You left the rug, there's a trapdoor under the rug.
Hey! Ta-da!
That's amazing. I would have never thought of that. Very good.
Yay, Shads! You win!
Can I eat those oats now?
Yes, you can have some oats.
Yeah! She's gonna go and eat some oats.
So,
Self-rewarding for the win!
I just tell everyone to get ready and crack open the trapdoor.
You open the trapdoor, opens fairly stiffly, but it still opens. It's quite heavy. There's immediately a smell of blood, like that kind of iron-rich smell of blood.
So see this trapdoor, is there like stairs or is it a ladder?
It's stairs.
Okay,
Oh my god. Don't fall down them.
try my best.
How concerned am I by the amount of blood? Because fish blood isn't quite so irony. So I'm a little bit weary of
It
this.
smells very
iron-rich
strongly
blood.
of like iron-rich blood.
Like,
Strong enough to make
I'm
you feel
take-
slightly disorientated already.
I'm gonna pull out the second vial of holy water. And then in my other hand, I'll have my holy symbol.
Okay. Are you travelling down the stairs?
Yes, I will.
Yeah.
Okay. So who is first and who is last travelling down the stairs?
Well, I have
Shaz?
both my hands full, so I would like someone with a torch.
Let Shad go first. If she falls while she's behind someone, that could be bad.
And I have the torch.
You have a very good point there, Arlie.
And Shad draws her long sword with her other hand
Okay.
and holds the torch aloft in the other and brave.
You can tell Alan is scared because he's dropped the accent. He's just from like regular town, regular place.
I will go last.
Okay.
And can we prop the trapdoor open?
Can, yes. It's just a sort
Use
of
the
flap
check.
trapdoor. You can leave it fully open, or you can like prop it up or open, whatever you'd rather.
Shad says she can break it off if you want to make sure no one can trap us in.
Yes. Yes.
Shad would like to break the trapdoor off before they go down.
Yeah.
So she'll put her sword away, give her torch to Arlie to hold. Like, here, hold.
You grab the bottle of wine in your hand, you slug back about half of it, and then you do one big kick and shatter the trapdoor.
Ta-da! And then she
Great job.
kicks back her torch and withdraws her sword and goes onward! And bravely plunges into the blood-soaked darkness.
I follow bravely with my holy symbol, in front of me, and like a vial in my hand, ready to throw it at whatever.
Okay. At the bottom,
Arlie will take third spot.
as you're climbing down the stairs, you get to the bottom of the stairs. In front of you immediately is a massive casket. It's like a massive stone sarcophagus.
Oh, great.
Oh. Mm.
Someone hold my torch!
Arlie?
Ah.
Sure.
Will I open it?
I will hold the holy water in one hand and nod. It's like, okay, ready.
Okay.
Okay. She's gonna
Corks
try and
out.
open it.
Okay. Are you kicking it open or are you pushing it open?
We know the answer to this.
Yeah, I'm gonna kick it.
Okay. Do me a strength roll.
Don't break a leg.
19!
You kick the top off it, it spins round, falls off, and cracks. Inside, it reveals what looks like a basic coffin covered in dried blood.
Like, is there a lid on the coffin?
Nope.
It's empty?
Mm-hmm.
Put the torch in it, burn it.
At this point, the house is
Yeah.
continuing to groan and moan.
Has it got work?
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Is this that's all in the room? Like when we move the torch around, this is the only thing there?
Do me an awareness check.
Okay. As soon as the coffin's empty, my ears are gonna like perk up and I'm like, what the fuck?
You sort of vaguely hold the torch around the room. It's the only object in the room, definitely.
Can I see anything shiny?
Do me an awareness.
No.
No, you don't see much.
Shad would like to lift up the coffin and look underneath.
Okay.
Lift?
Yeah, I mean, it's a wooden coffin, so it's just like lift it out the sarcophagus bit.
Okay.
Anything underneath?
Roll me awareness. Let's see what you see.
I
You
can't.
move the coffin out. It's like the coffin itself is covered in dried blood. Like layer after layer of dried blood. And as you lift the coffin, a pair of quite large brushes roll to one end of it.
Brushes?
So,
Like paint brushes?
Mm-hmm. Both of them covered like in a thick layer of dried blood.
what?
The buckets of blood were being painted on.
Can I look up, like in the ceiling? Is there anything on the ceiling?
There's nothing on the ceiling.
Okay. Is the blood fresh or is it dried?
It's very dried. It's nothing recent
Okay, so-
at all.
Okay.
Can everyone
Okay.
do me the awareness, please?
It's all the wine that's happened to you.
She's just so confused.
Yes.
Okay, since Alan Z got 19, you're confused and you hold the torch up and you notice the wall behind the casket is incredibly dark.
Oh. Like, what sort of dark?
Yeah.
Like, not reflecting
Like a
the light
person?
like all the other walls do.
Oh.
Can I just chuck holy water at it?
You can if you want.
I was going to throw a paintbrush at it first.
Okay. Holy water is precious.
Okay. Roll.
Yeah.
You throw the paintbrush, it sticks to the wall and very slowly slides down. The house begins to moan even louder, and the wall begins to sort of gently pulse forward and back.
Does it feel demonic?
Very.
Oh boy.
Roll to throw your holy water at it.
Bolt back upstairs.
You
That helps.
sort of shake the holy water at it. Some of the blood just runs slowly up the wall, but the wall continues to like sort of pulse, as in there's something quite large behind trying to push its way through.
Oh dear. Now it makes sense.
I've already gone back up the stairs. Because
I
I'm
look at-
fucking terrified of demons.
I look at the others and I'm like, what do we do?
I would like take my bow and arrow and shoot it, please.
Okay. Roll. The arrow
11.
on the wall, nothing happens.
Yeesh.
Shoot it again.
As I fly out, can I fly outside and start screeching as loud as I can
Mm-hmm.
and try and summon help?
As you
Possibly.
get back outside, you notice everyone in the village is cheering and drinking and like reveling really loudly. And it's nearly dawn.
I'm going to screech at them anyway, even if it's not going to help.
Okay.
I'm going to set an arrow on fire and shoot.
Okay.
I have free hands now, so I'm holding.
Okay. Again, you
Jesus
shoot
Christ.
the arrow into the wall, the fire immediately goes out, nothing happens. The wall's just continuing to pulse.
Jeez. What?
And you all see very sort of small green tentacles beginning to sort of push their way up the bottom of the wall and start rising, sort of wriggling their way along the ground towards you.
Gonna stamp on it.
Yeah, I will try to cut them with a halberd.
Okay. So you roll to try and cut them with your halberd, and then Shade can try and stamp on them.
Yes.
It's 21
Yep.
to
You
cut.
cut one in half. It immediately recoils as the sort of green goo seems to sort of drip from the cut, and then it seems to just continue to push forward despite the fact it's leaking this thick green ichor.
Too
Shade
much
tries to
wine.
stamp on one, it wraps around her leg and begins dragging her towards the wall.
I press the holy symbol into the tentacle that's around Shad.
Alright. Roll religion to see if it has any effect.
Some points it did.
Yep, it sizzles into the skin of the tentacle again recoils.
Okay.
Ha! Bless my arrows!
I run the holy symbol against the arrow and
Holy on!
I tried to say a prayer that my parents taught me, which I wasn't paying much attention to. So I don't know how it will
Well,
go.
at least you're honest. Right,
I mean,
roll.
they tried to teach me. So
Okay. Shade roll.
damn it.
That one.
Shade.
Can you like shoot straight for a second?
Shade goes.
Center the
"You've blessed his
campfire
I
arrows.
don't need any more of them. This one is all I need. It does nothing.
I'm pretty sure that I just blame my lack of like taking tests, and then I'm just like, this is really strange.
I'll throw the halberd back to them and ask, try blessing this, and I'll draw my sword and try to use that to hold the tentacles off until they have tried blessing the halberd.
Well, it seems I'm more of a cleric than a rogue.
Alright.
If only I had an unlimited supply of water.
Okay. So you.
Wait, you have wine, right?
Yes!
Give me the
One
wine.
bottle of wine.
Get the wine!
Give me the wine, I'll consecrate. But I have blessed the sword, right?
Bless the
Halberd.
halberd.
Oh, I
I
blessed
have
that.
my own sword.
As you get the wine off Shade, a tentacle wraps around the leg and tries to pull you. Roll to not be like pulled right over and upside down.
What do I roll? Just D20 or is it a save?
Balance.
Balance, I guess.
Oh, I don't have balance, I think. I wanted to play. So it's just straight up D20, I guess.
Yeah, basically swing. Nope, you're spun upside down. You're like being shaken by the ankle at this point.
I'm holding on to the wine and the holy symbol. I'm like,
Can I try and grab him?
You can, yes. Can everyone who's downstairs roll me an awareness check, please?
even me being shook by the
Yep, even you.
tentacles. I still know what's going on.
I am rolling ass. They're busy trying to catch
Shade's
you.
too distracted by the wine almost being spilled. Alan and Arlie both notice that on the four corners of the wall seem to pulse. It looks like a mixture of words and symbols.
Would I be rolling something like intelligence to see if I can force myself to go back inside?
Yeah, just go intelligence. Yep, you can push yourself inside, though you do get terrified quite quickly, but you can push yourself inside.
Okay, so I'm going to go in, I'm going to fly down, and I
Do an
can see
awareness
what's
check
happening.
to see if you notice
You
these symbols.
You just fly in to see like Alan being shaken around like a rag doll, like just screaming, saying, "Got the tentacle! Got it! Ow!"
Yep.
Don't drop the wine!
You notice the two of them sort of faffing around trying to save Alan as he's being swung by the ankle. You notice Arlie desperately trying to beat back the tentacle, and you also notice on the wall there are these symbols in the four corners that seem to pulse very strongly.
Do they resemble what we saw in Brimhilda's room?
They might have done.
Does it resemble in any way the scraps that they managed to make out afterwards?
It might have done.
Well, Brightwing's pretty panic-stricken because demons, so she's going to assume that it's the same and will rush over with her sword and try to cut Alan down from the tentacle
Okay.
while not getting too close to the walls because, ew.
Okay, roll. You slice through the tentacle. Alan drops. Alan, roll to see if you land on your head. Yep, you land on your feet.
Can I now bless the wine?
You can now bless the wine, yes?
Is my halberd ready yet?
It is. I did bless it.
So is it just
Throw it
lying
back.
on the floor
Yeah,
where
wherever
you
you
dropped
put
it as you prepared to bless the wine?
No, I did bless the halberd. It's where you left.
I gave it to you guys.
I rolled a 15 to bless it. So
Yeah, you did bless it, but you didn't hand it back.
no, it's just pick it up now. That's
Busy!
Yeah, I am like suddenly considering a career change.
What are you all doing now?
Did I notice the letters, or did anyone shout out about the
No.
letters on the
I
wall?
shouted
I
out.
told you they've not shouted out about it.
I shouted out. I was like, "Where are those? Where are those?" And just pointing towards the corners while like being swung around.
Well,
We-
Shad is going to try
okay.
shooting one.
Okay.
We should leave!
And
Oh.
Arlie will just pick up the halberd if she's made aware that it's there,
Okay.
and then start using that instead of her sword again, getting some extra distance from the tentacles and hopefully seeing the effect that the blessed blade has.
Okay. Roll. Yep, you slice through another one of the tentacles. Again, it sort of backs away, leaking this thick green ichor as more and more tentacles seem to keep pushing through around the edges of the wall.
Oh, now I miss Shidoro with all the demonology.
Can Shad try shooting one of the symbols on the wall?
Yep. You shoot the symbol, it doesn't do anything.
Okay. I'm going to pour what I now believe is consecrated wine, since I have done other stuff, over one of the symbols. I'm going to like run in there and I'm like, cut me out if possible, and just kind of like try and dodge my way in, just splash it on the symbol.
Roll. No.
I fail
You
miserably.
literally get about 3 steps in, then hooked by all your limbs and pulled to different directions.
Ah!
Try to cut him free.
Yeah, I go in with a longsword too and try and cut him free.
Okay.
How much
so-
wine am I spilling around still?
Quite a lot, but right, the two
Yeah,
of you
is it
roll to see if
affecting?
how well you got on cutting him free. Yep, you managed to cut at least both of his arms free. His legs are still caught.
Can I just throw the bottle of wine now at the
You
symbol?
can, yes, if you want to. Yep. It smashes into the wall, starts leaking down. The tentacles seem to stop for a couple of seconds, and then they just continue on again.
Okay, we leave, and I try to claw my way away from there.
Your legs are still both
try to
tied,
help.
so you need someone to cut you free.
Yes,
I will try to help with the cutting free,
Okay, roll.
while still screeching that we need to get out of here.
Nope.
I
Oh
fail.
no!
You get caught by the arm.
Oh dear, that's worse for you.
Shads is going to try valiantly to free her friends again.
Okay.
And so will Ollie.
Woohoo! Finally!
The two of you managed to cut the rest of them free. You're now all free of the tentacles, though there are more and more tentacles coming out of this. And you notice...
Are they sticky after being in the tentacles?
Very sticky, covered in green goo. And you
Okay, she's
notice
gonna
one or two...
pick them up.
one or two eyes begin to spawn off the ends of tentacles now.
Are they looking at us?
Yep.
I flip the finger and I say, "Let's leave." Flip them with the bird.
The writing on the wall, did that reappear after being smushed a bit by the wine?
It did reappear, yes. It was very obvious on the wall.
But it stopped for a while, right?
Can
They stopped
we-
for
Can we memorize what those symbols are?
It again just looks like gibberish to you, but you can try and memorize it, sure.
like the shape of it, right? We can kind of replicate the shape, right?
Yep, it sort of burned deep into your mind with how much that it sort of brought the fear into you. So,
Demonic horror.
are you all running outside?
Yes.
Yes.
Ali would draw her holy symbol and run to the wall with the writing, pressing it into the writing itself, try to bless it out.
Okay.
Oh, Arlie!
So I guess that's a religion roll.
Mm-hmm.
18.
It sizzles, but the tentacles are just there to pull you off of it. This is too many tentacles at this point.
Wait,
And
where's
I
Arlie?
think Arlie's alone because the others left.
They've all left. As the rest
Yeah,
of you
we-
run outside, you realise it's dawn. The sun looks surprisingly small today. And standing in the middle of the courtyard, there's a single youngish looking man in a large crimson robe. And he puts his hands out to his sides and says, "Brothers, sisters, I bid thee all welcome, Ssecond, to our world." And the entire building behind you just splits into, crumbling around you, as this gigantic, like several 100 meters tall, frog-like creature with millions and millions of eyes just rises up from the castle. The world turns black as it blocks out the sun. You have lost.
Fuck.
The world is ended.
Well, you know, we had fun.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that is the end, I'm afraid. You have unfortunately been unable to save the world this time. But
No.
hopefully you had at least some fun doing it.
Yes.
So, Shiraz, where can people usually find you?
You can find me at Dice Deeds on Twitter and Shazworth on Instagram. I make a lot of art for people and commission. I can do commissions, mostly character art, maps, anything you feel like. Go ahead and ask. I'll make it for you.
Cool. Tono, do you have anything you wish to plug?
Not in particular, no. This is just about the only place on the internet where people could find me in public. Listen to more Penance stuff.
Yay! Thank you. And Susie, have you got anything you want to plug?
I'm the same as Toro. This is about the only place I'm active on the internet. I have a Tumblr, which is the Susie Q, which isn't totally exciting. It's mostly
Is it
D&D
full
stuff.
of horse?
No, actually, it's mostly D&D stuff I read. So
Come listen to Penance to listen to Susie talk about horses and other.
yeah, tune into Penance. I'm part of the Abyss crew, which is super fun. So keep listening.
And Fire and the Dragon, where can people find us?
People can find us on the vast majority of social media as @Penance RPG. You can also listen to us on an ever-expanding array of podcast sites and aggregators. But yes, we're kind of everywhere, so come listen to the rest of the craziness.
Alright, well, on that note, I thank you everyone who has been a part tonight, and I wish every one of our listeners a good night.
Happy Halloween!
Thank you for listening to this episode of our 2019 Open the Dungeon Halloween series. The story was written by Nikolai Pupsky and Artie McNeil, with all music by Daniel Boostrom. If you would like to be involved in future Halloween recordings, please send us a message at Penance RPG. This year's episodes are also a part of the All the Horror 2019 collaboration. Check out #AllTheHorror on social media for more gruesome goodies. If you would like to support Penance RPG in future projects, or just think you'd love to have our Halloween logo on a shirt from our recently opened Teespring, links can be found in the description. Until next time, good night out there, whatever you are.